Adonai. Mi'adir hakol, mi'baruch al hakol, mi'gadol hakol, hu yevorach echatan ve'hakala. Blessed are we who welcome this bride and this groom underneath this beautiful chuppah, this beautiful space. You may all be seated. Welcome. It is a true privilege to be here this evening, to be part of this beautiful and holy experience. I am Rabbi Elizabeth Sachs. I am Senior Rabbi at Temple Emmanuel in Denver. And it has been so special to get to spend time with the two of you over the last year, thinking about what this moment would be, dreaming it, listening to everything that you want it to be, and then watching today as slowly and slowly and slowly it has unfolded to exactly this time. Welcome to this moment that has been inevitable for so long. Cale and Miranda, we stand under a chuppah, this structure that is open on all four sides and covered on the top, covered with the talit, the prayer shawl of dear family members. And we stand under this chuppah at this moment as we welcome you into this sacred and ancient rite, because we hope that the partnership that you are committing to on this day is just like this chuppah. May it always be covered, not only to protect you from life's trials and travails, but also from wind and water and oppressive sun and all that those might represent. May you also always feel covered and protected by the love of family that this prayer shawl certainly represents. And at the same time, as you have already demonstrated by the many wonderful people who are here today, may your relationship and may your home always be open to the love of friends and family all around you. May you find their support coming from all sides in ways that you anticipate and sometimes in ways that you don't. May you know that the special love that you have between the two of you will also be able to emanate out from your partnership and surely make this world a better place. And together we all say, Amen. It really has been a pleasure to get to know the two of you in this way. It is a pleasure for me because it is like two parts of myself coming together, having a relationship, Cale, with your family in Denver and knowing the deep and long traditions that you uphold in Denver, Colorado. And Miranda, being originally from New York myself and playing lots of Jewish geography in New York, it is just a wonderful thing to feel like the two of you bring together the best parts of each of who you are. It is so evident the effortless way you partner. It is beautiful to watch the two of you support each other and encourage each other when things need to be decided. And there are two pieces from our tradition that really make me think of the two of you. First and foremost, watching the two of you lift each other up, there is a teaching that reminds us, find yourself a teacher and make them into a friend. The two of you support each other so clearly, intellectually, deeply. You push each other. You ask each other very smart questions back and forth over and over again. And you clearly love how each of you interacts with this world from a very deep and profound place. It is so clear that one of the things that attracts you to each other is how thoughtful you are. And at the same time, that does not withhold and does not preclude the great passionate love that exists between you two. that is so comfortable, not because it is complacent, but because it is filled with the deep knowing sense of each other's souls, of finding a connection that is so perfect and whole, and perfect not in a way that is unchangeable, that allows for growth and space, and that you knew so much about when this day would be far in advance, and yet you allowed for the growth and expansion of what could be. All of those are blessings that I hope follow you throughout your life. And so I conclude for you with one piece of text that also thinks about what does it mean not only to find someone that challenges us and pushes us and makes us better versions of who we are, but also reminds us that sometimes our connection is beyond comprehension, is just so there and so present. And in the Song of Songs we say, Matzati she'ahava nafshi, I have found the one that my soul desires. I hope for the two of you that you always feel like these two teachings guide and strengthen your relationship. That you remember that sometimes thinking together and planning together and working together is the special spark of who you are. And sometimes just being together is what grounds you and makes you whole. And so with that, we're going to move into our official ceremony. There are 3 parts to a wedding ceremony. First, we are going to announce what we are about to do. Then we are going to beautifully partner the two of you with rings and words. And finally, we are going to celebrate what we have done. That is the arc of every Jewish ceremony, and it is a pleasure to get to do that in front of your family, friends, and congregation. So we begin with a blessing of announcement, Birkat Erusin, which reminds all of us why we're even here today. And in just a moment, the two of you will each drink from this cup of wine. And with this blessing of announcement, we say, just as you share this one cup of wine, may you continue to share in life's journeys together. May you taste the sweetnesses together. May you feel the strength together. And may you each remember this moment when before your family and friends, you said out loud that you choose each other. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. And with the wind of God, who is clearly blessing this moment. Cale, you can lift her veil if you would like. Yeah, absolutely. You can pick it up. Yeah, in a second. Good job. That's why we have a whole bottle up here. That's right. And with that announcement, we can lift the veil. Beautiful. Wonderful. Now that we have announced our intention to partner, we are going to move into the ancient tradition of words and rings. For literally over 1,000 years, our tradition has used the idea that rings help symbolize the circular nature of what we are doing here today, the wholeness and completeness. When you entered the chuppah just a few moments ago, you circled each other. That represents that you are creating your universe together, that you are now one, and a whole creation comes from the two of you. And so too do we do that with rings. And so, Cale, I'm going to ask you to place this ring on Miranda's finger. And share with her your words of promise.
Can it go up? You better be on a stand because I'm going to have to flip the pages. Miranda. After 6 years together, you know that while I'm pretty good at saying what I think, I'm not always good at saying how I feel. And I'd probably rather not try in front of 200 people. But writing how I feel about you and about us comes easily. It is, in fact, not hard to find the words to say how much I love you and how excited I am to spend the rest of my life with you. I love that you are always the first person on the dance floor and the last one to leave it. I love that you are the most vibrant part of my day and that you surround yourself with friends who bring that same spark to your life. I love that you are the first one to check in on those friends and that you've shown up for my family in ways that go far beyond what anyone could ever ask. You support me beyond my wildest dreams and constantly encourage me to be the best version of myself that I can be. There may be no truer sign of love than a New Yorker who supports their partner wholeheartedly in pursuing their passion and is willing to move to Boston to prove it. And you are unbelievably smart and determined. I've watched you excel at a new job, take on grad school with your signature mix of curiosity and niche literary references, and plan this incredible wedding all at once. I love waking up next to you, knowing that you're ready to take on the day with a full and contagious joy. Whether you're on a hike somewhere beautiful, on an early morning walk through freshly fallen snow, working through a new recipe, or filling in a cryptic crossword, I know that when I look over at you, there will be a big smile on your face and a glint of awe in your eyes. And in those moments, I'm struck, as I always am, by how beautiful you are, and by how lucky I am that it's your face that I get to wake up to. I feel it just as much when you parade out of the bedroom before dinner to show off your newest fashionable outfit with a cuteness that will never get old. And through all of it, I love that you put up with my stupid jokes, my long-winded explanations, and my stubbornness. I love that we laugh, and I love that we cry. For a long time, home was something that I was afraid to leave. Growing up, I dreamed of traveling the world, living in bigger cities, seeing new things, but I was also afraid of leaving the comfort of knowing that everything would be okay. But in our love, we have built a new home, not one defined by an address, of which we have shared many already, but by the love we share and the support that we give to each other. Before we left Denver, you wrote to me that we could, quote, take this show on the road. And we've proven that true again and again, from Denver to Boston to here in New York. Wherever we go, whatever life throws at us, I know everything will be okay, because I am home, because we are home. Home is slow weekend mornings walking to get bagels in the neighborhood. Home is when you let me help with your puzzles, even if I'm not allowed to help too much. Home is when you rest your head on my shoulder on the train. And home is when you finish your book and you come to find me for a big hug, because the world is better when we share it together. I will always be amazed at how quickly our lives intertwined from the start. We were young and still figuring it out, but we figured it out together. Talking through everything, building on our shared values, and growing in the same direction. I believe that a good life is one built around questions, the curiosity to keep asking them, and the will to chase down the answers. But you were the question I didn't have to ask anymore. Soon after we met, I realized that if I was lucky, one day I'd be standing here, in front of you, committing to a lifetime together. A lifetime full of awe-inspiring travel, delicious food, dance floor grooves, and love in the big and the little moments. I vow to always find joy and awe with you in these moments. I vow to always dance with you on the dance floor and in the living room. I vow to be your best friend and your biggest supporter. I vow to be by your side through whatever life throws at us, to learn and to grow together, and to always be on the same team. I vow to treasure our time together, to never take our love for granted, and to keep building the home between us wherever we go. It's said that although you only live once, if you live right, once is enough. While we could happily spend many lifetimes together, I know I'm living this one right by doing it with you. I love you.
You can hug each other, it's okay.
Okay.
Okay. With very few exceptions, I am the shortest person in every room I enter. As such, I never intended to be with anyone taller than 5'9", much less in a permanent long-distance relationship with someone like you who stands like a taper candle compared to me, the tea light. Despite the impending lifetime of Googling tall, short Halloween costume ideas, you have never once made me feel small. Rather, with you, I have expanded. My laugh comes louder and more often. I have ballooned with confidence, knowing that no matter how my day goes out there, I always have a safe home with you. I love how you are also a safe place for so many others. When I first met your college friends, I learned that you are both a steady-handed and coveted beer pong teammate, and that you are known for your listening and cool guy taste in music. I saw another side when meeting your family, who are as quick to rib you about something funny you did when you were 7 as they are to share their appreciation for your reliability, your dedicated support, the levity you bring to heavy days, and the helium you bring to light ones. On our first date, which was the same day as my parents' 25th wedding anniversary, I was struck by your hand-talking, quiet, jokey storytelling, and how you tilt your head a little bit every time you ask a question. We split cauliflower wings and coughed, soldiering through unexpectedly high Scoville levels to share charming anecdotes and soft smiles. Even now, when I taste buffalo sauce, I think of how that night I saw the forest in you. When I said something you found funny, your face cracked open, and your smile formed a wide, curving river beneath your nose. The light diffused from your eyes like the sun through treetops. And I thought then, as I do now, that I want to spend as much time as I can lounging by this woodland. It is my favorite place on earth. I haven't been able to quite pinpoint the moment I knew you were my person. Maybe it was our first time dancing together on a makeshift dance floor created in my Denver dining room as Mac Miller crooned through a portable speaker and we leaned into each other with wide eyes. Or maybe it was on a hike, or on a camping trip, or in the Berkshires, or in a backyard, or maybe that New Mexico restaurant where we were the youngest people in there by decades and realized that the jokes we were making about our future together were not jokes but promises. And I cried, because how else does one react in a moment where you understand that this is the person that you have dreamed of? The person who will elicit more laughter, more eye rolls, more awe, and more pride in 5 years than I ever thought was possible in 50. I know now that I can be in any time zone and any climate and feel like I belong. You actually once said to me, when we were sitting on our beloved pink leather couch, and I was scared of moving from Denver to Boston, you said to me that we could take the show on the road. And you were right. Through 3 states, 5 apartments, 1.5 master's degrees, countless flights, trains, and drives, we have moved and we have remained. With your gentle confidence, quiet romanticism, strong heart, award-winning and scientifically astounding brain, with you, I feel like a little kid staying up past my bedtime just because I never want to stop hanging out. Sometimes I find myself in disbelief. I can't believe that you were the boy in my kitchen, cutting onions so that I don't have to. I can't believe that we just get to do this every day. I am so lucky. Cale, I vow to you that I will continue to bring energy and intention to our life with all of its nuance and its simplicities. I promise to always add an extra clove of garlic and a smaller pinch of salt. I promise to hold a mirror to your accomplishments and hold your hand through grief. And I promise to continue to go to the distance, whether it be across state lines, around the world, or just the foot and a few inches between my lips to yours. I love you.
with those beautiful words and with your hands in each other's hands, I say, Cale, do you take Miranda to be your wife, to love, to honor, and to cherish her, and to together create a future enriched by your commitment to each other, to your Jewish tradition, and to your entire community?
I do.
Beautiful. And Miranda, do you take Cale to be your husband, to love, to honor, and to cherish, and together create a future enriched by your commitment to each other, to your Jewish tradition, and to your community?
I do.
Well, officially, you have now been married 3 times today. Once before in a ceremony where we signed our civil marriage certificate and our ketubah, and once right now under this chuppah in the presence of all your family and friends. And so I would say, take a nice deep breath. The most important and holy part of this experience has been officially accomplished. And together we are all going to say, Mazel Tov. And while we enjoy that, it is my pleasure now to share with this community this ketubah that we signed right before this ceremony, which was designed by an artist that both of you know and with words that you contributed to. And so we say, on this first day of the week of the 22nd day of the month of Sivan in the year 5786, corresponding to June 7th, 2026 in Brooklyn, New York, Miranda and Cale came together, surrounded by family and friends, to become partners in life and in marriage by making these sacred promises to one another. And they said, I take you to be mine, and I give myself to you in love and friendship. I will cherish and respect you with integrity and faithfulness. I will comfort you in times of sadness and celebrate life's joys with you. Let the rings we exchange today be a symbol of our commitment to each other. We pledge to support and encourage each other as we strive to fulfill our hopes and follow our true paths in life. We will be open to one another, learn from each other, and appreciate our differences as a source of richness. Above all, we will support one another in becoming the people we are yet to be. We will serve our community according to the teachings of our Jewish heritage. We will honor our ancestors by continuing the traditions we have inherited. We will cherish our families and follow the examples they have set for us, creating a home filled with love and learning, generosity and humor, compassion and peace. Joyfully we enter into this covenant of marriage and accept our responsibilities to one another. May our hearts be united and full of tenderness, hope, and wonder. And may we find a home everywhere on earth where we are together. And together we all say, Amen. So now that we have announced our partnership and officially coupled the two of you, it is my pleasure to invite your family and friends who have been asked to participate in this moment to come join us under the chuppah. There is a tradition of saying 7 blessings when people we love commit to each other. These 7 blessings represent the 7 days of creation because the two of you are creating a world all over again. And so I ask for each of you to come forward. And we begin these blessings with our blessing of Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri agafen.
May the life you share together be as sweet as the wine you drink today. Blessed is the source of life who created the fruit of the vine. Rabbi Josh Bolton.
Our goal should be to live life in radical amazement. To get up in the morning and look at the world in a way that takes nothing for granted. Everything is phenomenal. Everything is incredible. Never treat life casually. To be spiritual is to be amazed. Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel.
We acknowledge the unity of all, realizing that we are deeply interconnected.
May you find comfort in your similarities.
And celebrate the qualities which make you different.
May you be inspired each day by the abundance and diversity of the natural world.
May your journey together be blessed with generosity and forgiveness.
May you enable each other to fulfill your dreams, and may you be committed to the paths of courage and hope.
Blessed is the source of generosity who created such good.
And the source who created such remarkable people, both of you.
Wherever you travel and wherever life takes you, may the love of your family and friends always echo in your hearts. Even across great distances and times, blessed is the source of love who supports the foundation of love.
From the source of all, we call forth an abundance of love to envelop this couple. May you be for each other true partners, companions, and friends.
May you always find a refuge tucked within your love, a place to hide out, and a place to reflect.
Blessed is the source of safety who brings joy to the brides.
May the joy of two people choosing one another ripple far beyond this day. May it become the foundation upon which everything else is built.
May your home be a place where laughter lingers, where friends and family gather often, where all who enter feel welcome and cherished.
May the life you build together widen the circle around you, creating space for connection, celebration, belonging, and love.
May all who witnessed your partnership be reminded that community is sacred, that joy grows when it is shared, that every action of love brings a little more light into the world.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam mesameach aton im hakala. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, creator of the universe, who brings great happiness to beautiful couples just like you. Cale and Miranda, it is wholly unsurprising to me that the two of you would find a way to make the blessings celebrating your partnership so expansive by the many people who love you, and so creative by allowing people to write their own and share in the joy that they hope for the two of you. I hope that you will always have the experience where your community will rush to bless you and rush to bring their unique gifts in order to let you know just how special you are. And so we come now to our final moments. There is a tradition that each week, as we celebrate Shabbat, as we celebrate a perfect moment of pause, that we bless each other, that we bless the people who are closest to us. And as we do that, we think about everyone who has been, who has made us who we are. And I know for the two of you in particular, there are a lot of people that we are holding in our hearts on this day. First and foremost, we are holding Carol in our heart today, even though she hopefully will be able to watch this very quickly after this ceremony is over. She is still in Denver and could not make it. And Cale, I know that as your grandmother, she would just be so proud of what this moment is and the potential that it creates in your life, and also completely unsurprised at how wonderful this is. And we also know that we are holding in our hearts, of course, Erwin, who is not here, whose tallis hangs above us right now. We are thinking of Helene and Art, and Janice and Joe, and Pat and Sam, and two of your special aunts who have passed away, Peggy and Ellen. We think about what it means to bring all of our family under this chuppah everyone who is both here and not here, and to feel the depth and the profundity of where you came from and how you bring that with you in all of the ways that help you know who you are and who you have the potential to be. And so with that in mind, I offer you these words of blessing that we say every Shabbat, words that come from Torah, that remind us to live our Torah deeply, that remind hopefully the two of you to always bring your Torah as individuals to each other so that you can walk through life with beautiful intertwined Torah, like the intertwined wicks of the Havdalah candle that ends Shabbat. And so we begin with this blessing. Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha. Cale and Miranda, may God bless you and protect you always. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. May God shine light on you, allowing you each to see your light and grow the light in each other so that together you can bring that light into the world and shine that for others to see. Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'yasem lecha shalom. Shalom. May God lift God's face to you always, allowing the two of you to feel God's greatest gifts, gifts of wholeness, gifts of fulfillment, and gifts of true and lasting peace. And together we all say, Amen. We have one very much important thing left to do in order to finish our ceremony today. Before I put this down, first, I announce officially, with the power invested in me by the Jewish tradition and still by the state of New York, I officially pronounce you husband and wife and invite the two of you to celebrate with a beautiful kiss. And last but certainly not least, there is a long-standing tradition in the Jewish faith that we conclude by stepping on a glass. Now, of course, in the Jewish tradition, there are about 150 explanations for why we do this. But here is one that I offer you today. I want you to take a very deep breath for one moment. I want you to take a moment and look out at this congregation and into the eyes of all of these people who love you so deeply. I want you to picture that and capture it as a moment where there was total wholeness. We know that today is extraordinary and unique, just like this glass. Once we step on this glass and break it, once we leave this chuppah, this exact moment will never be put together exactly this way again. That is one of the things that makes it so holy and so unique. It is now. I invite you to think about that when we break this, not because we are sad that we can never reconstitute it, but because we take this perfection and we think about how we are going to splinter it into hundreds of pieces so that those little sparks of this moment can fill us each and every day that we need it. So that every single time we feel that we need to be lifted, we feel that we need to be loved, we feel that we need strength and purpose, each time we look at just one of the shards from this glass and remember that there was a tiny piece of this perfect moment that can help you through the rest of your lives. May they be many. May the days be very, very many May the years be very, very long, and may you always remember the sweetness and the specialness of this perfect day. Mom!